Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. It is election night here in the United States of America. And tonight it is going to be a night that makes basically every terrible person in the country angry as hell. And you know what? I'm here for it. I am here for it. I am here for it. And so are all of you. Let's fucking go. How we doing? Can't wait to see the conservative talking heads cover the blue wave. It is fucking glorious. All right, we're seeing wins in Virginia, New Jersey, Georgia. Municipal elections seem to be going in a similar direction, and New York City's mayoral election is still going on. But I am gonna throw this out there. Our boy has a commanding lead at this point with 52% of the votes reporting in. Here's how it's breaking down so far. Updating all the time. We're going to be getting a lot of results here in the next 30 to 40 minutes. I just saw he won. Hell yeah, the official call has been made. Let's fucking go! God. Yeah, polls closed about 22 minutes ago. Whew! It's exciting. It's an exciting night for sure. Let's fucking go. It ain't done yet, but you know, this is pretty fucking cool. Here, can we see the, what's the AP doing? What's the AP doing over here? Oh, race calls. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, Mary Sheffield wins Detroit mayoral election. Corey O'Connor wins race for Pittsburgh mayor. Oh shit, it is. It's not looking great for conservatives. Here, they're losing fucking Virginia by 13 points. How we that? Oh my god, y'all! Like we're seeing Democrats here win by double digits. That is incredible. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court race retained its 5-2 majority. Let's fucking go, folks. Let's fucking go. Cuomo's final ad on his Twitter has messed up audio. Yeah, let's check out the different ads here. I think it'll be a fun comparison. Can we take a look here? God, I'm so excited.
It's here. It's happening.
Oh God, it's so okay. That's some bad audio.
And you have to get out and vote because this is the most important election of our lifetime.
He's peeking
I've been in the federal, state, and city government, and if you don't know better than the bureaucracies, you wind up getting frustrated.
Dog, you're doing some right-wing audio here. Oh my God!
Every single time. But once you understand how to make change,
wait, was that someone shouting Zoran?
Understand how, but you wind up getting frustrated every single time. But
was that someone mocking him? I couldn't tell.
Once you understand how to make change, you can do great things.
They couldn't even get it to play stereo. Like I'm an audio moron, and even I could do better than this.
Highest minimum wage in the United States, $15 an hour. First state to pass.
Oh my God!
Marriage equality. Change the discussion across the entire nation. 11.
This man has billionaire dollar backing. This guy is being given millions of dollars in order to run this campaign, and he can't afford 2 channels of audio?
Budgets passed by the state on time. Fiscal discipline hasn't.
Your fiscal discipline wasn't good enough to buy you 2 channels of audio, my dude.
Been done since I was governor, and building things, showing New Yorkers their tax dollars at work. New Kosciuszko Bridge, pronounced Kosciuszko Bridge, and expanded.
Why wouldn't you eliminate the background sound? Just don't use that find a quieter spot to shoot. What are you
The
doing?
Jacob Javits Convention Center that opened up the whole west side, Moynihan train station. Magnificent. The UBS Arena where the Islanders now play. LaGuardia Airport. They said it was the worst airport in the United States. It's now the best airport in the United States.
I keep waiting for like a punchline here, like something to go horribly wrong with his with the delivery. Like that's more on purpose because this is already such a joke.
Clearing out Pier 96 and is now a beautiful place to enjoy the Hudson River. We're here at the 96th Street Subway. I was here for
I'm waiting for someone to shout Zoran in the background.
4 or 5 times a week at night working on the project. Mario Cuomo Bridge, largest infrastructure project in the United States of America. We can do these things. We can take this city from what it is now and build it into a greater legacy to leave our children. That's what this election is all about. I promise, if I am your next mayor, I will get the job done. I will make your life better. I will make change. But I need you to go out and vote.
Jesus. Also, like, I'm sorry, your campaign's dead in the water, buddy. There are few things that New Yorkers universally hate more than Donald Trump. Like, even like New York Republicans are like at least kind of on the fence about Trump and are going like, fuck that guy. No wonder he relied on AI. Yeah, dude has negative riz. When people talk about when the kids these days talk about Skibbity Riz Ohio, they're talking about this guy. Meanwhile, let's compare that to Zoran Mamdani. Like, you can't even really call it final ad because he's been running different ads the entire time. Like, when we take a look here. Like, dude was... I literally saw a video of him out in the club last night because he went and campaigned and by dancing at a club in the early hours of the morning. It's genuinely insane. Let's see if... did he post it? Okay, it was 2 nights ago. Dude's literally dancing to Not Like Us is so fucking good. It's so good. Also, here is what he posted with 3 hours remaining. Let's take a look. We are so fucking back, y'all. Let's go. Our time is now. He did run on a divisive campaign of I love New York City and let's make buses good, right? Imagine being so afraid of this man and these people that you're like, yeah, we all have to, millions of us must flee New York City. Imagine being that cooked. Like, man, dude's out here actually like doing the work.
He's been able to scare a lot of people off. He's a democratic socialist. He's an FDR Democrat. Perfect. Some reporters give me a hard time. You said like he's accomplished what FDR said. I said no, he's at the beginning of his career. He's got Rooseveltian ambition. Is that all right with you? That's the highest compliment I've ever seen. Well, I've been talking a lot about Roosevelt. You know, when he made that famous speech in 1932 at the convention where the lords of capital all hate me, they denounce me, they attack me. I welcome them. I revel in their hatred because I stand with the working people of our state. This is all right. He has Rooseveltian ambition. So yeah.
I think they're ready.
Oh yeah, let's go away.
Like, I'm sorry. Imagine hating someone who's like being described as an FDR Democrat in like the classic mold of like, you know, bending the knee to socialism, which the time has come. Here is what he posted about 9 hours ago at 11 a.m. Let's take a look.
This is the vision of New York City that we love. A Muslim, a Jew, and a Christian stand here supporting this campaign to take our city back. Here in this city of mosques and churches, temples and synagogues, each of us must make sure we are creating a city which feeds the hungry, houses the unhoused, welcomes the stranger and the immigrant, and protects every single child's right to dream.
In my sacred text, there's a story of Jesus where he sees folks who are hungry. He takes what is there, a few loaves of bread and some fish, and begins to break it and distribute it to people. And everybody ate. Whether you live in beautiful Brooklyn, the bustling Bronx, money-making Manhattan, Staten Island, or Queens, everybody can eat.
Remember that we are stronger when we include and not exclude. Democracy thrives not on fear, but on radical empathy. It demands we trust one another, respect our differences, and elect leaders who reflect our collective identity, not just a narrow majority. Islamophobia is not just hate, it's a strategy. The same forces that target Muslims are also targeting immigrants, the working class, the homeless, black and brown people of all kinds.
I'm gonna cry.
Especially those amongst them who dare to speak truth to power. To my brother Zohran Mamdani, we know that your victory will belong to every family fighting to stay in their home, every worker demanding dignity, and every young person daring to dream of a fairer world. Because when you rise, Zohran, we all rise. When you speak truth to power, you remind us that the moral arc of the universe still bends towards justice, but only when we bend it together. So let's keep bending. Let's keep building. Let's keep believing. This is our city. This is our moment. And this movement is what New York City should look like.
I mean, we're gonna win, chat. We're gonna win. Because when you go out there and you do what you can to move things in a better direction, you are not moving it alone. There are millions of people across this country that are working to build that future with you. Millions of people coming together to bend that arc towards justice.
Big
Ashley!
wins. BWA. We got this, and we are marching straight towards control of Congress.
Oh, yeah. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to march straight into that White House, too. Oh, my God. 2 new updates. Yep. AP has called it as of 3 minutes ago. Oh, my God. Look at this. Like, oh, my God. Look at this delightfully impish man. Look at him. A born shimp. A born shipsman. Look at this. Just like the beaming smile. My God. He won by 8 fucking points. Lady Raincloud, I'm gonna guess he won by way more than that because I think that they are going to they're like the gap is gonna grow. Let's see here. I need live video. NBC New York might do it
Some
live.
have framed as at the heart of the politics of our country, a race about capitalism versus socialism, a race about crime-fighting strategies and justice, a race that pitted old against young. It's been a very intense race. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo attempted to make a comeback. He was presumed to be the front runner in the primary. It's what the polls showed. He lost.
Genuinely, Curtis Sliwa might be the reason. Like, if this is the split here, Curtis Sliwa might be the reason that Cuomo got torpedoed. I love that. I love that. Oh my god, 8% is more than I was expecting for Sliwa. Well, we're only at 60% reporting. I'm guessing this like difference is only going to grow. God, let's take a look. Oh yeah, no, PBS has it. Thank you, PBS NewsHour.
Fellow Virginians.
Oh, hell yeah! God, I wish I was in New York City tonight. God, I wish I was in New York City tonight. The parties, the absolute elation is going to be unrivaled. Oh my god. Here, while we're waiting for this, I'll throw this up on another screen. Yeah, they're also at the Zoran speech area. Oh my god. All right, let's take a look at Abigail Spanberger's victory speech, because that's already happened.
Tonight, we sent a message.
Lady Wrinklad, we're winning every damn thing.
We sent a message to every corner of the Commonwealth. A message to our neighbors and our fellow Americans across the country.
Feeling hopeful? My heart runneth over. Feast good on the hope tonight, my friends.
To the whole world.
Miss Molina, we're even winning fucking Georgia.
Virginia chose pragmatism over partisanship.
We are winning not just Virginia, New Jersey, New York City. We're also winning in Pennsylvania. We won the Pennsylvania state Supreme Court races. We're winning in Georgia. Georgia had multiple elections here. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, New Jersey elected Mickey Sherrill. Yeah, here we go. Pete Hubbard is projected to win public service commissioners in a special election for Georgia's 3rd district, as well as the public service commissioner special election in Georgia's 2nd district. Again, there were statewide elections in Georgia today. Democrats are winning them. The message is clear. Folks are sick of this Republican horse shit.
We chose our Commonwealth over chaos. You all chose leadership that will focus relentlessly on what matters most. Lowering costs, keeping our communities safe, and strengthening our economy for every Virginian.
And I want to remind you guys, Republicans ran so many anti-trans ads. They tried to make all of this about how woke the Democrats are, how pro-trans people, they're going to transgender for everyone. And they lost hard. They lost hard because they have nothing left. She's like a centrist, right? Spanberger ran a fairly centrist campaign, but it's miles better than the explicitly bigoted anti-LGBTQ opponent that she was running against. She's as far as centrist Dems go, she's one of the better ones as far as I am aware.
That spent millions on anti-trans ads. Eat #Taiwan dollar.
Taiwan dollar? Thank you, Andrew S. Thank you for the $5 dodo! Ezra Klein taking all the L's tonight, folks. Indeed. Well, also keep in mind, Spanberger's campaign had to appeal to a very different electorate than Zoran Mamdani's campaign. So their campaigns are just fundamentally different, but Spanberger ran a pretty good campaign considering where the residents of her state are at. And she did it without throwing trans people under the bus.
Leadership that will focus on problem solving, not stoking division. We chose leadership that will always put Virginia first.
Oh shit. Virginian here. Winsome Sears transphobia was so horrid, her ads became an inside joke in my town. Nobody liked them. Damn. Yeah. No, also, Spanberger won by like a ridiculous margin. I'll try and pull up the results here, but it's genuinely insane.
And Virginia, I cannot wait to get to work for you. Tonight we turned a page. We turned that page by listening to our neighbors, focusing on practical results, laying out a clear agenda, and leading with decency and determination.
Person Merson, haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Everyone who helped us achieve this win, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you for the trust that you have placed in me, and it is the honor of my lifetime to be elected the 75th governor.
Let's go!
Of the Commonwealth.
In the United
I would like to thank my opponent for a hard-fought race, the Lieutenant Governor's story, her military service, and her years of service here in Virginia deserve our respect and our gratitude, and I ask that you join me in wishing her and her family well.
God damn. Also, updates on the Virginia Attorney General race, which was highly, highly contested after Jay Jones' text message debacle became public. But the projected winner from NBC News is, in fact, Jay Jones, squeaking it out by a couple percentage points, despite the scandal. And, my God. Also, Hassan is also on PBS right now, right? God, it's so good to win.
I also know that those who were supporting my opponent are disappointed today. And to those Virginians who did not vote for me, I want you to know that my goal and my intent is to serve all Virginians. And that means that I will listen to you, I will work for you and with you. That is the approach that I've taken throughout my entire career. I have worked with anyone and everyone, regardless of political party, to deliver results for the people that I serve. And that's because I believe in this idea that there is so much more that unites us as Virginians and as Americans than divides us. And I know in my heart that we can unite for Virginia's future, and we can set an example for the rest of the nation. Our founders understood this from the very beginning. They didn't choose to call Virginia a Commonwealth by accident. They chose it to signify that our government would be based on the power of the people united for a common good. Not for a political party, not for a president, not for a monarch, but for a common good, together. And tonight, Virginia proved that that tradition is alive and well. We are still a Commonwealth in every sense of the word.
Oh God. All right. Also, I tuned in to see whether or not Donald Trump was crashing out. He's not crashing out yet, but he did take the opportunity while everyone's distracted with the election to quietly shuffle Sean Duffy out of his role as the head of NASA. Yeah. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. I wonder if that this current head of NASA is now the the guy that Elon Musk wanted to run it. Also, just the last minute panic. I just heard that 32,000 Orthodox Jews around Lakewood and Jackson, New Jersey have showed up big for Jack Citarelli. And my friends in this great community know how important this election is to New Jersey and to our country. There's still time to vote. I'm asking all patriotic citizens of the great state of New Jersey, including all Kollel and Yeshiva students who haven't voted yet, to please get out and vote for Jack Citarelli. You can win this election for Jack. Vote for Jack, who has my complete and total endorsement. Polls close at 8 p.m. and every vote counts. If you are in line by 8 p.m., stay in line. They must let you vote. And dog. Pathetic shit. Yeah, he endorsed me. I, of course, reject it. We are winning so hard today, folks. We are winning so fucking hard today. It feels amazing. Let's just take a look. What are the latest updates? Have we even lost any races tonight? Let's just take a look. The scene at Cuomo's watch party. The crowd at Cuomo's party has thinned somewhat as some guests head out. For everyone else, the red wine is flowing and Billy Joel's Uptown Girl is playing. Yes, Cope Harder. Let's fucking go.
Mamdani is king of the hill, top of the list. If we can make it here in New York, we can make it anywhere.
Uptown Girl. God, incredible stuff. A few state races have gone Republican, but by and large, the major races have gone Democrat. It's crazy. Yep, Justice Christine Donahue retains her seat on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, keeping the court's Democratic majority. Let's go. Ugh, this is lovely. Alvin Bragg has defeated Republican Maud Maron and Independent Diana Florence in the Manhattan District Attorney's race. Let's go. Oh, Sliwa concedes New York mayoral race, issues warning in fiery speech. Let's see. The Republican candidate wished Mamdani well as New York's new mayor, but warned he will mobilize his supporters if the Democratic Socialist attempts to implement socialism and render our police force weak and impotent. We're not only organizing, but we're mobilizing, and we will become the mayor-elect and his supporters' worst enemies, said Sliwa, the founder of the Guardian Angels, the citizen safety patrol group he started in the 1979. Sliwa also told a cheering crowd that some of the most powerful people in the world mobilized against his candidacy. You didn't choose me, New York, and that's your problem. The rat men are in your hands now, and they're gonna come to the surface. And will you meet them with weapons like men? Or will you die at their hands and claws like dogs? And pizza slices? The choice is yours. Why, I bet this Mamdani fellow even try to negotiate with them, treat them like people. Huh. We'll see how far he gets. Maybe try and set up some rudimentary form of commerce with them in the world below. We'll see how far he gets before he's betrayed. Tiny rat knives in his back. Et tu, ratus? I've seen the documentary VHS 94, exactly. God. Let's see, what else has been called? Let's see, so far Mickey Sherrill won by 14 points? Are you fucking kidding me? That's only with 79% of the votes counted. Are we going to see some of these elections go by like 20% plus? I want race calls. Give me the race calls. I don't want to scroll through this bullshit. Yeah, Democrats have swept many of the major cities' mayoral elections so far on the East Coast. I'm wondering, any election results in for Minneapolis yet? Polls are just now closing in Minneapolis. Looks like we got 28% for Fate. Fry is up at 38%, but not many votes counted so far. Does Minneapolis have Retman? No, but Milwaukee and Chicago do. What's up, nerds? I think you mean what's up, winners? Let's fucking go!
His name is Mamdani. Mamdani.
Mamdani. Let's go. Storm Corbel, thank you for subscribing. Okay, real quick update on Donald J. Trump. How's he handling it? Trump wasn't on the ballot and shut down were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight, according to posters. Like, dude's deep in the copium already, dude. Like, well, I wasn't on the ballot, so obviously we lost. It is such a cope move. But also, he's clearly so upset he couldn't even, like, articulate the quote. Trump wasn't on the ballot and shutdown were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight. That's, what do you mean, and shutdown? Like, and the shutdown? Those two things were the reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight? It's almost like Republicans are incapable of governing. Yeah, it's crazy. Minneapolis. Well, now Minneapolis is saying 4% reporting in, so I don't know what to believe now that I've refreshed and it's saying less people are reporting. Caution, more whining from Trump incoming for the next 24 hours. Oh, it's going to be like the next week, Ashley. It's going to be the next week. He's going to be so mad that he was beaten by Zoran Mamdani for so many reasons. Muslim, brown, socialist, like literally checks all of the boxes for a guy he would ideally like to get out of this country or kill. You know, like, this guy, like Donald Trump, is gonna be big mad. Oh ho ho, someone who openly went, nah fam, we support trans people in this house. Yeah, baby. Stephen Miller will also sulk in anger. I would expect not that, actually. I would expect Stephen Miller to come out with, like, a fiery repudiation. You know? I would expect Stephen Miller to continue talking big all the way up until he gets set in front of the Hague. Go Mamdani, yeah, Bab67, let's go! Also, imagine trying to tell me I don't look hot as fuck tonight. Like, are you kidding me? I'd fuck me. LaGuardia was called a socialist and he's considered one of the best mayors in New York City history. Well, he better get ready to get knocked down a peg or two, because Zoran Mamdani is going to give him a run for his money. Let's go! Thank you, USA Today.
They always say we're loud, but man, with this vote, you guys just scream from the rooftops. And people around the country have heard you. I hear you too. This was a tough fight. When I was 18, I raised my hand and I swore to defend the Constitution. And that moment defines me. It taught me that leadership means carrying the weight of other people's hopes, standing firm when it's easier to bend, and always putting the common good above personal gain. And I know how hard it can be to serve in these times. And I just got a call from Jack Chitterelli, and I want to recognize him.
Chitterelli, my bad.
And all of you know, I love our history, and our state motto has always stuck with me. In 1777,
it was not my Windows
New
sound,
Jersey
Josephine.
was one of the first states to choose a motto. Anybody? Liberty and prosperity. I'm going to get some more civics education going. We'll get that known by all.
Oh, Cuomo's cope. Cuomo's cope right now is that apparently his after party is listening to Uptown Girl and drinking copious amounts of wine.
Freedom from oppression and a commitment to creating better opportunity and a better future. That idea has defined us for almost 250 years. We fought for liberty at the crossroads of the American Revolution, turning the tide for our young nation.
Wait, I referenced Silence of the Lambs? What?
At the battle
I've never seen all of Silence of the Lambs, so I don't know what's happening.
of Trenton and Princeton. We offered prosperity as we built the nation during the Industrial Revolution. We've been the cradle of scientific discovery.
Is this what they call white girl wasted? I'm not even close to being wasted. I didn't drink this entire bottle, chat.
Inventing everything from the light bulb to the laser. Liberty and prosperity. I've seen the genius in that motto over the last year because both are essential in our—
Oh yeah, no, Mickey Sherrill, vastly outperformed Kamala Harris.
democracy.
It's not even close.
And as the president is backing away from this ideal, cutting SNAP, ripping away health care, terminating Gateway, we here in New Jersey are bound to fight for a different future for our children.
New Donald Trump has his phone again, folks. Just out, the 60 Minutes interview of Donald J. Trump on CBS Sunday night was the highest rated 60 Minutes in years. Cool. Cool, bud. Johnny Ramo, this is for you.
Important liberty is. We know that no one in our great state is safe when our neighbors are targeted, ignoring the law and the Constitution. But prosperity is equally essential. Liberty alone is not enough if the government makes it impossible for you to feed your family, to get a good education, or to get a good job. So in this country—
Remember that event yesterday, 2 days ago? Remember that event? Yeah, just remember that event, folks. Don't remember what's happening tonight.
that shouldn't be too much to ask. But right now, all of it seems at risk. Governors have never mattered more. And in this state, I am determined to build prosperity for all of our citizens. And I've heard from thousands of you about what liberty and prosperity mean to you, what it's going to take for your family to thrive. So I hear you, Newark.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was just saying, okay, I understand the reference now. I was just saying I look good, you know, and I think it's a good sign if you feel like you would fuck yourself. I'd fuck me. You know, I'm a very sexy lady.
I'm going to work with communities from the ground up so all of our neighbors thrive. I hear you, Sham, so I'm going to declare a state of emergency on day one to drive down your utility costs. I hear you, Westfield, so I'm going to make sure our kids are safe online and schools have the resources they need to address the mental health crisis. I hear you, Jersey City, so I'm going to hold government accountable, balancing individual liberty with collective responsibility, ensuring people are safe, healthy, educated, and free to pursue their dreams. I hear you, New Jersey. Good government doesn't just manage problems, it solves them. So I'm going to continue to listen and work with you to move our state forward. because I have learned so much as I've traveled our state. Our innovations, our businesses, our inventors and entrepreneurs have amazed me, but it's the people that have left the biggest mark, especially those who are fighting for prosperity for their entire communities. I was moved during my block walk in Trenton with Shanique as she spoke so passionately about the promise of her city and her neighbors despite the challenges. I love the group of young men from Monroe who've been hard at work on this campaign. They want a seat at the table and they're ready to fight for their future. The little girls who come up to me to say that they're going to be a governor or they're going to be a president.
Let's go!
It reminds me of my own belief that anything was possible. Akeem's team, who worked their butts off knocked over 60,000 doors. Akeem told me these are not the kids who will succeed in Trump's vision of this country, but they will in mine. The men and women in labor.
Let's go! Pro-labor governor.
Union jobs at a time when our economy is set up to make it harder and harder for working people. You know what? They don't just fight for their brothers and sisters in labor. They fight for all of us. For working families everywhere, so everyone has a shot. So thank you. Thank you to each and every person here tonight and across the state who's worked hard over the last year. Thanks to the thousands of volunteers who made millions of calls, texts, and canvases. To everyone who's ready to stand and demand a better future for our kids and our families. To my running mate, Dr. Dale Caldwell. You've already served our state so well, and I'm proud to have you by my side as we embark upon this new chapter for New Jersey. To my team, who put together a campaign the likes of this state has never seen, and helped in our efforts to create a great future for New Jersey. And thanks to my family.
Let's fucking go! Families!
The Cuomo official watch party at
Who put up
HQ
with
having
missed
both
soccer
TVs
games
showing
across-
Mamdani as projected winner while Jimmy buffets. Do you like pina coladas?
Holy
Is
shit.
amazing.
Holy shit, can you give me a link to that right now? Can you get me a link to that immediately, Sake Tanuki? I need it. I need to inject that right into my veins, because that's funny as hell. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, I had a lot of worry going into this election. I knew the projections were gonna be really, really good, but I wanted to see it actually happen, and folks, it actually fucking happened. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Hot diggity damn.
Games, football games, volleyball games, swim meets, and rugby games. All to put up with this, so thank you. And a special thanks to my husband, Jason. Through 4 kids, 2 dogs, a hamster, numerous goldfish, 5 campaigns, an insurrection, and 2 impeachments, you have been a truly amazing partner. So thank you to everyone who's joined me in fighting for a better future. I know these are tough times. I know not everyone voted for me, but I'm working for everyone. Every single one of you. When we all do better, we all do better. So tomorrow begins a new day. And at each new day in New Jersey, the sun rises over the Statue of Liberty, a daily reminder of her promise. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free.
You know, it's somewhat telling that even Steven Crowder isn't live covering this shit. It is somewhat telling. You know, a lot of the right-wing folks knew that they were going to get their ass beat tonight, and they did not turn up for that ass beating.
She declares that her lamp lights the path.
Go back about 52 minutes on the live stream.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Sake Tanuki. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs and for that link. We're going to finish this and we will check that out post-haste.
Door. That golden door is New Jersey. It always has been. And that expectation is well deserved. Especially after this election, where we chose, we're going to follow Lady Liberty's beacon. We're not going to give in to our darker impulses. Here in New Jersey, we know that this nation has not ever been, nor will it ever be, ruled by kings. We take oaths to a constitution, not a king. We've chosen liberty, the very foundation of democracy, and we've chosen prosperity necessary to create opportunity for all. So New Jersey, to quote the boss, the future is now. Roll up your sleeves, let your passion flow. The country we carry in our hearts is waiting. Thank you, New Jersey.
Incredible stuff. Also, even the Daily Wire folks aren't covering this live. Oh, shit. All right, let's take a look. Oh, God, it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. Everyone just kind of milling around, feeling really sad. Can we just, like, all take a moment to look at the replies that Donald Trump gets on Truth Social? Because they're just image macros. Like, it's just, like, some kind of AI bot mass posting, like, bigotry memes. New York had better not get $1 federal. They made their beds, they could lay in it. And they better hope they made it with clean sheets. From Pipe Hitter 76. Like, just how deep do you have to go to actually... At least we got some good news tonight. Other than that, put your burqas on and get in the food line, New York City. Jesus Christ. These people are just completely disconnected from reality. God, I can't wait for Zoran to make his speech. All right. How much is reporting in here for CBS in Minneapolis? So far, still at 4%. It's only been about 20 additional minutes. Who's calling the election for Fry? I'm not seeing that anywhere. Oh, hey, this is starting to update. Ooh! This election will advance to ranked choice voting if no candidate is the first to reach, is the first choice on the majority of ballots. Yeah, if this goes to ranked choice voting, that's when Dwayne Davis and Jazz Hampton votes start getting shuffled around. The three of them have kind of like a pact here. Minneapolis going to second ballot on mayor. Frey 41, Fate 31. Yeah, it looks like that. Minneapolis has ranked choice voting, so it's not called yet because none of the candidates reached 50% plus one vote. That means that they go to second round and, lower performing candidates get eliminated and their votes move to their second choice and so on and so forth. Yeah. If Jazz Hampton was on Jacob Frey's team here, it would go much harder for Fry rather. But seeing as the Hampton campaign fucking hates Jacob Fry. It's time for round 2 and 3. So Fateh could still win? Yes. I would have been shocked if he had outright won in the first round. But, I hope he wins in the second or third. You bombed an audition, but Zoran won, so that's a plus. Hell yeah! Let's go, Taylor Slowly. Do you think that the Hampton voters have Fateh over Fry then? Yes. The Hampton campaign explicitly asked their voters to do so. And, we'll see how many people listened. So, yeah. Yeah, so what we're seeing in the election results here, is like, this is just first round results. If Fry had gotten over 50%, then it would just be done right there and then. What about Davis? I mean, Davis, okay, like we watched the debate with and Davis was a part of it. Davis holds a lot of the same socialist principles as Fateh, and is like an openly gay man, reverend, I believe, pastor. So like, he's also good. Like he's I'll be honest, I ranked him second. So like he's good. He's a good dude. But his votes will probably go to Fateh. Yeah. It is interesting to me that it looks like only like 120,000 people showed up for the citywide elections. That's why it's so important to get folks to turn out for municipal elections, y'all. I'm sad that Omar might lose. Nah, be happy because he might win. This pact idea, can it replace primaries? No. Also, so much respect. The Mamdani campaign, like, looks so lit. Look at this guy. God, I love that for them. So good news is the city council candidates Twin Cities DSA endorsed Jason Chavez and Aisha Shantai and Soren Stevenson all won. Hell yeah.
Even if Fateh loses, margin is slim enough to try again.
Exactly. Also, I do want to ask, one of the things that confused me about the ranked choice ballot in Minneapolis, and I know that we're getting into the nitty-gritty, but the park board at large election was to choose 3 different candidates off of one ranked choice, like, vote. Which feel like, I understand ranked choice voting when it comes to down to one candidate, but it does feel very weird when there are multiple spots open for park board at large, like, or really any position, right? Because the idea with multiple spots is that you have to get 25% plus 1, and then any votes for that candidate that go over that get redistributed to the other candidates. And so, like, that seems like if other folks have their number 1 pick lower down, that they effectively get fewer choices and fewer of their votes counted. So it kind of seems like, I don't know, it seems like it in order to maximize the number of votes, you have to, like, go with one of the mainstream candidates rather than who you think would be best. Yeah, like, it just seems like it would make more sense to me in, like, an election if, like, there are 2 open seats or 3 open seats, like, each seat would have all the same candidates, but you vote in your different choice candidates for each seat. I don't know. Will Trump sell the strategic Bitcoin reserve to pay air traffic controllers during the shutdown? Please, I'm unaware of the nuances of the United States crypto investments. Please tell me we don't have a bunch of crypto coins, like, stashed away from the, like, for the U.S. government. We have $20 to $40 billion. I mean, we should pay air traffic controllers during a shutdown, but also Donald Trump doesn't have the ability to sell those off, like not legally anyway. Like you can't, the president of the United States doesn't have legal power over the purse. That's Congress's job. So legally speaking, no. But will he anyway? Maybe. If it's illegal, that'll stop them. I mean, it sometimes stops them. Sometimes it doesn't. Kind of a coin toss, but you know, in the cases where it does stop him, that's a good thing. Trump created the reserve via executive order. When did he create this via I gotta be honest, I'm unaware of where he got the money to do that. Exactly. Because it matters a lot where he got the money, because the president, in practice, should not have the legal authority to move around any amount of money, really, that Congress is not appropriating. He gave that money to himself? That doesn't surprise me. Oh, it's all assets seized by FinCEN? I gotta be honest, I'm not sure what the legalities are around assets seized by the government and then reappropriated by the government. Yo, Maine votes to reject voter ID and absentee ballot restrictions. Let's fucking go! Let's see, what else have we got? We got some updates on the race calls. Let's take a look. Ugh. God damn it, Texas. Texas voters have approved a constitutional amendment that requires U.S. citizenship to vote in the state, which is really fucking stupid because it's already required in order to vote! You stupid fucks! Colorado voters approve income tax increase on higher earning households to fund meals for all public school students. Fuck yeah, Colorado, let's go! By a margin of like 15 points too. Sean Ryan won the Buffalo race. Jay Jones won. Now his win is up by 5%. It's actually larger than I would have expected, given his scandal. Where are we at? With 90% of the votes in New York City, Zoran Mamdani won by 9 points. So even if Curtis Sliwa's vote total was added to Andrew Cuomo, Zoran Mamdani would be declared the winner right around now. Mickey Sherrill winning by 13%. In municipal elections, Democrats are dominating. The lieutenant governor race has Ghazala Hashmi winning by 10 points in Virginia.
But
My
who
God.
will save us from the Ratmen now?
Well, Zoran Mamdani will negotiate in good faith with the Ratmen, perhaps negotiating some kind of peace and equitable, trade relationship. Oh shit! Democrat Aftab Puraval wins Cincinnati mayoral election over Corey Bowman, half-brother of Vice President J.D. Vance, by an astounding 67 points. Oh my God! That's one of the stories we should be talking about. J.D. Vance's half-brother got absolutely fucking wrecked. Holy shit!
Ratman moving from subways to buses.
Yeah, it's the fastest around. Can Sliwa just get a talk show? That's where he belongs. Yo, he calls into Sean Hannity all the time. Like, if you want a Sliwa talk show, that's where you do it. Abigail Spanberger won by 14 points. That's okay. Wow. We're doing double-digit victories. This is great. Hell yeah. What is it looking like now? Republicans are crashing out. If you guys have any particularly good crash outs to direct me to, I would appreciate it. Ooh, let's see. Who we got? Ah, fuck. I was really hoping Ira Jourdain would win over Kathy Abene, but, you know, can't always get what you want.
The voting system you described earlier sounded like mixed-member proportional redistricting, not ranked choice.
And yet, that is how it supposedly works here. Tom Olson doing well. How's our boy? How's our boy? Was it Michael Wilson who was running? I voted for Michael Wilson, Tom Olson, and Avery Turner. Oh shit, Eric Harris Bernstein, leading the pack. That's wonderful. Dude's been running a great campaign. Surprisingly, for the Board of Estimate and Taxation. I'm really glad Chavez won. I know I'm being selfish taking a look at my own local election, but I am curious.
Cut away from Cuomo's concession speech. I'm crying.
Well, let's not do that. We need to make sure we watch the concession speech. It's really important. Paid for by Cuomo for New York City.
Kid at my primary school called Michael Wilson pooped his pants. Never forget.
Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs, and also thank you for the $5 dono, Samantha's Trains. And Sake Tanuki, also thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs earlier. Let's take a look at this concession speech.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Is that Andrew Cuomo's wife?
You're taking my time. You're taking my time. First, let me. I love you.
We love you.
Too. I love you too. Let me acknowledge
that person was paid $6,000 to shout that at this event.
Part of my special campaign team, we have from the right, Telef Lundaval, the new son-in-law, husband of Mariah.
Oh, okay, that must be his daughter Mariah.
We have Mariah, Cara, Michaela. I want to thank our campaign chairman, Bill Mulrow, our great campaign manager, Greg Goldner. I want to thank Mayor Adams, who stepped out of the race to make us more competitive. And
we paid you millions of dollars to leave the race. Thank you.
It's a very gracious thing to do. I want to thank Mayor Bloomberg, who gave us his support, Governor David Patterson, all the unions, and I am blessed. I am blessed to have the people in this room. You have been a phenomenal team, great friends. You are superstars. Even more, you are New York patriots, and I am proud of you. This campaign was the right fight to wage. And I am proud of what we did
and what we did was light a gigantic pile of money on fire, like that scene from The Dark Knight.
We did together. This campaign was to contest the philosophies that are shaping the Democratic Party, the future of this city, and the future of this country.
Yeah, we lost! Hell yeah!
And this coalition transcended normal partisan politics. It brought together Democrats and Republicans and independents.
Yeah. We brought together all of the worst people you know.
Joined by the simple fact that their first allegiance is as citizens of New York City.
Do you remember Lord of the Rings? When the people on the boats arrived and the folks with the elephants arrived for the siege on Gondor, do you remember that? The siege on Minas Tirith, it was like that. We had a diverse coalition of terrible people trying to seize control of this city.
2 million voters, the largest number in...
Yes, I'm going to stream the victory speech. I literally have it on the other monitor right here.
Modern political history cared enough to show up in a municipal election. And 42% voted for us on an independent line. That is the highest percentage in modern history. Ironically, it is just higher than when Mario Cuomo got 40% on an independent line against Ed Koch in 1977. It's also important to note that almost half of New Yorkers did not vote to support a government agenda that makes promises that we know cannot be met.
Well, for 41.6% so far. And also, most people in New York City didn't vote.
Thank God that's
We
over.
support
I was gonna get my ass kicked for 3 months, Andrew Cuomo, as soon he left the stage.
Economy of jobs, of opportunity, of entrepreneurship. That's what New York is, and that's what New York must remain. We are a nation of laws, and we believe in law and order, and we need the police to keep society safe. We will not make the NYPD the enemy.
What are you talking about? You're not gonna be in charge of shit.
We cherish our diversity, and we have no tolerance for discrimination of any kind by race, religion, sexual orientation, or creed. And we will not tolerate any behavior that fans the flames of anti-Semitism or diverse attacks.
Except our own. If you, a conservative, have internalized bigotry, act on it! And we will not call you out because we are the Andrew Cuomo campaign and we have no principles. Hell, you saw my recent ads, full of Islamophobia and bigotry. Why, we're not going to have any accountability for those. Our strength is our unity.
I may have lost.
Black,
but I lost
white,
better than my
brown,
dad.
Christian, Muslim,
Take that
Jewish,
old man.
Buddhist.
Hell
we
yeah,
are
oblivious.
one. We are the family of New York. We believe in interconnection and mutuality and codependence. And you attack one of us, you attack all of us. That is what it means to be a New Yorker. No
Haven't you ever seen Spider-Man 2?
one and nothing will ever divide us.
My entire identity as a New Yorker is based on Spider-Man 2. Anyway, I'm loyal to this city and to the end, and I gotta make my flight because I'm moving to Florida. See you later, suckers.
And this campaign was necessary to make that point. A caution flag.
Oh, I guarantee you Andrew Cuomo is going to pop up in Florida elections and he's going to try and run for, like, governor of Florida or something.
That we are heading down a dangerous, dangerous road. Well, we made that point, and they heard us, and we will hold them to it. Also, my friends, feel proud, because we accomplished the two important New York characteristics. We got up off the mat after the primary.
This is his concession speech,
we made it a real race
Tanya.
when the media had already commenced the coronation. And feel proud, because we fought our hearts out and we left it all on the field. Congratulations to Zohran Mamdani. No.
Super classy. Super classy.
No. That is not right. That is not right, and that is not us. That is not us. Tonight was their night. And as they start to transition to government, We will all help any way we can because we need our New York City government to work. We want it to work for all New Yorkers because our city is the greatest city in the world, and we will unite for New York City because we love New York City. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you. I love you for the fight you made, for the soul that you showed, and the example that you set. New York City heard us, and we will be the...
I gotta say, only psychos are like the kinds of folks who show up to a Andrew Cuomo rally shouting, "We love you." Like, it's only psychopaths.
Better for it. Thank you, and God bless you.
God. What's his walk-off song?
Yeah, I'm up at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to De Niro. But
God. Okay, of course. Also, folks, California appears to have been approved Prop 50. AP is calling the race, though nothing has been tabulated on their electronic end, but their redistricting proposal for California appears to have gone through. So Democrats are eating good tonight. And, you know, like, we are going to have to un-gerrymander every fucking state in the union by the time this is all done. But right now, this is a necessary protective measure. Also, folks, Donald Trump is still big mad. 2 new updates. Republicans, terminate the filibuster. Get back to passing legislation and voter reform. President DJT.
We won with a Democratic Socialist, a former FBI agent, and a former prosecutor. This was a broad spectrum of Democrats, and if we can keep this coalition together, they're screwed.
Oh, 1000%. Mamdani gave like one of the best responses to a question in this regard earlier tonight. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, also, can anyone check on Bill Ackman and just make sure he's like okay? Because like, dude was convinced that Andrew Cuomo was gonna run. Can someone like get to Bill Ackman's account and just check and see what's happening over there on Twitter? Also, yeah, here is the direct quote here. Asked at an event on Friday about whether he wants Democrats to have room for more moderate campaigns in Virginia and New Jersey, where U.S. Representative Mickey Sherrill is running with a similar approach to Spanberger's, Mamdani was conciliatory. Quote, absolutely, I think that this has to be a party that actually allows Americans to see themselves in it, and not just a mirror image of just a few people who are engaged in politics, he said. To me, what binds all of us together is who we are fighting to serve, and that is working people, which, fuck yeah, man. Let's fucking go. And looks like we're getting close to time here. Zora and Mamdani, congrats on the win. Now you have a big responsibility. If I can help NYC, just let me know.
Stage rocking out stir crazy. Coco full of 1980s. Come lit, still I drop lazy. None of that maybe. Energy.
Good evening, New York.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, folks, and for making this event possible. Before I begin, let's give a big thank you to the venue staff who have made this night such a celebration.
Oh, Prop 50 results are in. 73% of the vote going to Prop 50 with just 2% of the votes counted. I think their counting measures are wonky, but yeah, no, we winning.
Let's hear a round of applause for our day one endorsers, those who helped build this movement into what it's become. New York City.
Let's go! Join your local DSA! Folks, if you need help joining your local DSA, we can help make that happen. !Discord in any of the chats. Join our Discord. Reach out to GamerG. GamerG will happily set you up in connection with your local DSA, or even help you set up a branch of the DSA if there is none close by. Join the Discord, reach out to GamerG, join the DSA today. And also, folks, you can join your local Dems and bring that radical DSA energy to your local Dems.
Zoran 1 mamdillion times.
Let's go. Join the Discord, reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems, reach out to GamerG for help with your local DSA. Let's fucking go! Because we can make every corner of this country into the next New York City. Let's fucking go!
At 1 a.m. in Queens, at 4 p.m. in Manhattan, at 6 a.m. in Brooklyn, at every time of day and night, in every corner of the city, and we are so grateful for your partnership. And we are so proud to be backed by dozens of elected leaders, from the local to the state to the federal level. And we know that the relationships that we have built will only deepen from City Hall as we work together to transform New York into a city where every person can live a dignified life. I also want to thank our incredible campaign staff. You have sacrificed your social lives and your sleep schedules, and you have given so much to this movement, and then when Cuomo decided to get back into the race, you dug deep and gave more. I have been so honored to work with you, learn from you, and support you as you have faced unprecedented scrutiny and at times ugliness and threats from our opponents. You have built a historic campaign, so please give them all a round of applause.
Let's fucking go!
And please join me in celebrating the person who has been Zoran's right hand from day one, whose deep commitment to our movement and care for our people has infused every part of this campaign from top to bottom, and without whom we would not be here tonight, El Biscard Church.
With outro, Mamdani ran one of the best campaigns I've ever seen in my life. One of the best campaigns I've ever seen in my life. Dude deserves this W.
We have all been inspired by Zoran as a candidate, but I also want to speak to his strength as a person. He has led our team and this movement with grace, curiosity, good humor, and thoughtfulness. And this race has been difficult. He has been the subject of attacks and threats, but he has truly risen above it all to give us hope. So please join me in giving Zoran, our friend, a round of applause.
Holy shit!
And there are too many supporters to name, so I want to speak to everyone directly. Please raise your hand if you...
I'm so sorry. On your marks, get set, Zoe is such a fucking good headline, though. Oh my god.
One of the things that goes less noticed is how cool Mamdani has been. Hanging out with Wu-Tang Clan and Run the Jewels, doing fun live streams, scavenger hunts, funny ads. He held his principles too.
Yeah, no, he's just been an actual human being.
You achieved something that people will speak of for decades to come. You led with kindness and compassion. And most importantly, during a time of despair and rising fascism, you decided to fight for someone that you don't know. So thank you. Friends, the scope of this campaign was truly unprecedented. We had hundreds of thousands of conversations with our neighbors and trained leaders who will help us deliver our agenda for the next 4 years. But this record-breaking program did not come out of nowhere. It was the product of years of organizing and leadership development by New York City DSA and so many of our movement partners. And we were so fortunate to be led on this campaign by someone who has been a part of this work from the beginning. She led Julia Salazar's groundbreaking campaign in 2018. And since then has been behind the scenes in so many of our victories. If this campaign made you feel powerful, or taught you something, or showed you discipline,
Who's speaking? One of his campaign folks.
This person to thank. She is caring, wise, and deeply committed to our movement. And I am sure she is backstage losing her mind at being called out like this. But I need everyone here to please join me in giving her the longest and loudest round of applause. Our organizing director, Tasha.
Let's go! Let them get their crowns. Look at her, she's so happy. Yay! I love her. I love her already.
Thank you. This is very exciting.
This is how democracy is built. What thunderous applause.
And I've had the honor of being the field director on this campaign.
Also, this lady is going to be one of the most valuable campaign people of all time now.
On a city council campaign for Khader El-Yateem in Bay Ridge. Zoran was the paid canvas manager, and I was volunteering on the campaign as a member of New York City Democratic Socialists of America.
Let's fucking go!
I don't think that we could ever have imagined that 8 years later, we would be here on election night for a mayoral campaign, 104,000 volunteers strong.
Holy shit!
104,000 volunteers. We love numbers. We love metrics.
That's fucking crazy.
But I want to talk first about what's behind those numbers.
Over 100,000 volunteers?
In a way, an act of bravery.
Holy shit.
Door knocking is not the easiest thing. For many, including myself, it takes a moment of bravery at the beginning.
Like, you're lucky if you can bring like 20 people together in a local race.
And sharing something about yours, sharing what you want to see in the world, it can be daunting. Thousands of people did it. And every time, every volunteer went to a door and talked to a stranger, they offered their vision to that stranger and invited that stranger to be a part of shaping their vision. We love strangers. Every door knock and every phone call is a statement of belief that politics is for all of us. This campaign and this city is all of ours to shape. I also want to say something about field leads.
Hell yeah! You love your field leads! Doing God's work!
All of our canvases. For those who don't know, all of our canvases have been led by volunteers we call field leads. Many of them are here. Most led a shift every week, and some led a shift every week since December. And every time they led a canvas, and they were the ones welcoming new volunteers into our movement. They were the ones who helped inspire folks coming out to canvas for the first time. Without those 700 people who chose to step into leadership in an uncertain moment and try something new and scary, this field operation at this scale would not have happened.
And folks, if you want to get involved, like getting involved, volunteering on the ground is a great way to become one of those more important field organizers. Get involved today in your local races and learn and build up that skill set for 2026 and 2028. We need these people everywhere.
Here are the numbers. Over 104,000 volunteers made over 4.4 million calls.
That is crazy.
At around noon today, a volunteer knocked our 3 millionth door.
Holy shit!
Knowing what
over
a stranger
700
is and
field
hearing,
leads have
we
led
love
over
strangers.
5,700 canvases in 243 neighborhoods. 6,568 voters signed up to volunteer on the spot when they were canvassed by somebody.
Oh my God.
8,389 voters signed up to volunteer when they were asked by a phone banker. These are unprecedented numbers. The bravery that you all have shown, that this field operation carried across all 5 boroughs, is going to transform our city.
Literally, this campaign is being contacted right now by European political left bodies to figure out how to run campaigns like this and message like this and take positions like this around the world. It's not just here.
We all know that we won't stop at electing Zoran. We will continue to fight to bring the affordable of New York City to life. I am so excited to do that with all of you. And now I'm so honored to introduce the person you've been waiting to hear.
The New Yorker's next cover.
We've worked for many years to bring about change in New York City that it so urgently needs. He's been a friend, and he is the next mayor of the greatest city on earth, Zoran Mamdani.
Let's fucking go!
This result might suddenly make some GOP members lose their taste for redistricting. You have to pack in your GOP voters from somewhere, and Texas turned 15 districts competitive by gerrymandering.
Yep, exactly, Paladin. This man scares the Republican establishment, and he should. Because their redistricting efforts are going to stretch him thin. That means they're vulnerable every damn place. I'm gonna cry.
Thank you, my friends.
Look at him with the stash.
The sun may have set over our city this evening, but as Eugene Debs once said,
fuck, man. Fuck!
I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity. For as long as we can remember, the working people of New York have been told by the wealthy and the well-connected that power does not belong in their hands. Fingers bruised from lifting boxes on the warehouse floor, palms calloused from delivery bike handlebars, knuckles scarred with kitchen burns. These are not hands that have been allowed to hold power. And yet, over the last 12 months, you have dared to reach for something greater. Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands. My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty. I wish Andrew Cuomo only the best in private life. But let tonight be the final time I utter his name. As we turn the page on a politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few. New York, tonight you have delivered.
Permission granted, Joel C.
A mandate for change. A mandate for a new kind of politics. city we can afford. And a mandate for a government that delivers exactly that. On January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City.
Let's fucking go! Woke is back, baby!
That is because of you. So before I say anything else, I must say this. Thank you. Thank you to the next generation of New Yorkers who refused to accept that the promise of a better future was a relic of the past. You showed that when politics speaks to you without condescension, we can usher in a new era of leadership. We will fight for you because we are you. Or as we say on Steinway, ana minkum wa ilaykum. Thank you to those so often forgotten by the politics of our city who made this movement their own. I speak of Yemeni bodega owners and Mexican abuelas, Senegalese taxi drivers and Uzbek nurses, Trinidadian line cooks and Ethiopian aunties.
Let's fucking go!
Yes, aunties. To every New Yorker in Kensington and Midwood and Hunts Point, know this. This city is your city, and this democracy is yours too. This campaign is about people like Wesley, an $11.99 organizer I met outside of Elmhurst Hospital on Thursday night. A New Yorker who lives elsewhere, who commutes 2 hours each way from Pennsylvania.
Yo, we elected a fucking socialist. We fucking did it.
It's about people like the woman I met on the BX 33 years ago, who said to me, I used to love New York, but now it's just where I live. And it's about people like Richard, the taxi driver I went on a 15-day hunger strike with outside of City Hall, who still has to drive his cab 7 days a week. My brother, we are in City Hall now. This victory is for all of them, and it's for all of you. The more than 100,000 volunteers who built this campaign into an unstoppable force. Because of you, we will make this city one that working people can love and live in again. With every door knocked, every petition signature earned, and every hard-earned conversation, you eroded the cynicism that has come to define our politics. Now I know that I have asked for much from you over this last year. Time and again, you have answered my calls. But I have one final request. New York City, breathe this moment in. We have held our breath for longer than we know. We have held it in anticipation of defeat. Held it because the air has been knocked out of our lungs too many times to count. Held it because we cannot afford to exhale. Thanks to all of those who sacrificed so much, we are breathing in the air of a city that has been reborn. To my campaign team, who believed when no one else did, and who took an electoral project and turned it into so much more, I will never be able to express the depth of my gratitude. You can sleep now. To my parents, Mama and Baba.
He's so precious.
You have made me into the man I am today. I am so proud to be your son. And to my incredible wife, Rama. Hayati, there is no one I would rather have by my side in this moment and in every moment. To every New Yorker, whether you voted for me, for one of my opponents, or felt too disappointed by politics to vote at all, thank you for the opportunity to prove myself worthy of your trust. I will wake each morning with a singular purpose: to make this city better for you than it was the day before. There are many who thought this day would never come, who feared that we would be condemned only to a future of less, with every election consigning us simply to more of the same. And there are others who see politics today as too cruel for the flame of hope to still burn. New York, we have answered those fears. Tonight we have spoken in a clear voice. Hope is alive. Hope is a decision that tens of thousands of New Yorkers made day after day. Volunteer shift after volunteer shift.
You gotta build it.
Attack ad after attack ad. More than 1 million of us stood in our churches, in gymnasiums, in community centers, as we filled in the ledger of democracy. And while we cast our ballots alone, we chose hope together. Hope over tyranny. Hope over big money and small ideas. Hope over despair. We won because New Yorkers allowed themselves to hope that the impossible could be made possible. And we won because we insisted that no longer would politics be something that is done to us. Now it is something that we do. Standing before you, I think of the words of Jawaharlal Nehru. A moment comes but rarely in history when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. Tonight we have stepped out from the old into the new. So let us speak now with clarity and conviction that cannot be misunderstood about what this new age will deliver and for whom. This will be an age where New Yorkers expect from their leaders a bold vision of what we will achieve, rather than a list of excuses for what we are too timid to attempt. Central to that vision will be the most ambitious agenda to tackle the cost of living crisis that this city has seen since the days of Fiorillo LaGuardia. An agenda that will freeze the rents for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants. Make buses fast and free. And deliver universal child care across our city. Years from now, may our only regret be that this day took so long to come. This new age will be one of relentless improvement. We will hire thousands more teachers. We will cut waste from a bloated bureaucracy. We will work tirelessly to make lights shine again in the hallways of NYCHA developments where they have long flickered. Safety and justice will go hand in hand as we work with police officers to reduce crime and create a department of community safety that tackles the mental health crisis and homelessness crises head on. Excellence will become the expectation across government, not the exception. In this new age we make for ourselves, we will refuse to allow those who traffic in division and hate to pit us against one another. In this moment of political darkness, New York will be the light. Here, we believe in standing up for those we love. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community,
that's me,
one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism. Where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong. Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election. This new age will be defined by a competence and a compassion that have too long been placed at odds with one another. We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about. For years, those in City Hall have only helped those who can help them. But on January 1st, we will usher in a city government that helps everyone. Now, I know that many have heard our message only through the prism of misinformation. Tens of millions of dollars have been spent to redefine reality and to convince our neighbors that this new age is something that should frighten them. As has so often occurred, the billionaire class has sought to convince those making $30 an hour that their enemies are those earning $20 an hour. They want the people to fight amongst ourselves so that we remain distracted from the work of remaking a long broken system. We refuse to let them dictate the rules of the game anymore. They can play by the same rules as the rest of us. Together, we will usher in a generation of change. And if we embrace this brave new course, rather than fleeing from it, we can respond to oligarchy and authoritarianism with the strength it fears, not the appeasement it craves. After all, if anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him.
And so it begins.
Any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching.
It's true, he just tweeted. He just fucking tweeted.
For you. Turn the volume up. grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants.
Oh, fuck.
We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks. We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections because we know, just as Donald Trump does, that when working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed. New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
Mamdani going full Bane. You nearly adopted the disdain for Trump. I was born in...
To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us. When we enter City Hall in 58 days, expectations will be high. We will meet them. A great New Yorker once said that while you campaign in poetry, you govern in prose. If that must be true, let the prose we write still rhyme, and let us build a shining city for all. And we must chart a new path, as bold as the one we have already traveled. After all, the conventional wisdom would tell you that I am far from the perfect candidate. I am young, despite my best efforts to grow older. I am Muslim. I am a democratic socialist. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this. And yet, if tonight teaches us anything, it is that convention has held us back. We have bowed at the altar of caution, and we have paid a mighty price. Too many working people cannot recognize themselves in our party. And too many among us have turned to the right for answers to why they've been left behind. We will leave mediocrity in our past. No longer will we have to open a history book for proof that Democrats can dare to be great. Our greatness will be anything but abstract. It will be felt by every rent-stabilized tenant who wakes up on the first of every month, knowing the amount they're going to pay hasn't soared since the month before. It will be felt by each grandparent who can afford to stay in the home they have worked for, and whose grandchildren live nearby because the cost of childcare didn't send them to Long Island. It will be felt by the single mother who is safe on her commute and whose bus runs fast enough that she doesn't have to rush school drop-off to make it to work on time. And it will be felt when New Yorkers open their newspapers in the morning and read headlines of success, not scandal. Most of all, it will be felt by each New Yorker when the city they love finally loves them back. Together, New York, we're going to freeze Together, New York, we're going to make buses fast and together, New York, we're going to deliver universal. Let the words we've spoken together, the dreams we've dreamt together, become the agenda we deliver together. New York, This power, it's yours. This city belongs to you. Thank you.
One of the best to ever do it, chat. One of the best to ever do it. That was history making. You guys just saw something that is going to change the entire trajectory of this country. Like, the wide-ranging ramifications of this election, of this campaign, like, they are going to reverberate from one side of this country to the other and across the entire fucking world. Like, today there were dignitaries from Europe talking with Zoran Mamdani's campaign about how to replicate what he's done, how to hold better positions, and how to, like, stand firm in their convictions and, like, run this successful of a campaign. And folks, I already made the call, but I'm going to make it again. If you want to be part of building something like this in every single corner of this country, regardless of where you live, join DSA. Join your local DSA. You can help organize from there. Okay? If you don't know how to go about doing that, you can type ! Discord in any of the chats. You will get a link to the Discord, and then you can reach out to GamerG for help joining your local DSA. And if while you're at it, you want to try and radicalize your local Dems, you can reach out to Dragonfly for how to do that. That was legendary. Turn the fucking volume up. And I want you all to know, he said that, like, let me refresh this. He said that, like, less than a minute after Donald Trump tweeted, and so it begins. Like, Donald Trump was already watching, tweeted about it, truthed about it, I guess, and Zoran then told him to turn it up. Turn the volume up. Legendary. That is going to... That's gonna stick. That is gonna stick, and so is his use and invocation of Donald Trump's name and attaching Donald Trump not just to, you know, the man, but also to the class. You know, notice in that speech, he started talking about the other Donald Trumps of New York, the landlords, the slumlords, rather. And, like, he started calling them the Donald Trumps. And I think that framing is going to stick. I think that is an incredibly... You're going to see this speech essentially lock down additional political meaning for the next century. Zoran is the most kick-ass politician. You know, there have been moments in political history where folks have gotten together and changed the Constitution or amended it in order to allow for things, allow for people or what have you to run who might not otherwise be able to. Genuinely, this man might be able to command enough public support to change the Constitution itself to be able to allow him to run for president. Like, this is the most prominent politician I have seen that is in the United States context that calls himself a socialist, who boldly calls himself a socialist and defends the socialist policies he holds dear. And like that is it has been up till now a once in a lifetime opportunity. And you know, the hope is that from here on out, it's no longer a once in a lifetime opportunity. Oh, God. What's this? Michael Knowles, the saddest part is he'd never have won were New York full of New Yorkers. Jack Posobiec, thank goodness so many conservative pundits spent the last few weeks focused on e-drama and cancellation efforts instead of working to get out the vote. That was very helpful to the movement. Matt Walsh, while conservatives have spent the last few weeks arguing with each other, Democrats just elected an attorney general who openly fantasizes about murdering us and watching our children die in our arms. These people are the enemy. What more do you need to see? Seriously, what more? The crash outs are delicious. Like, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when they're unironically posting this meme. Unironically posting this meme. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just realized I had the alerts off. Ernim tier, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs over on Twitch. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Yeah, Michael Rappaport tweeting this out. It just fucking crazy. You know? Now, let's take a look at what Donald Trump was saying, right? So, y'all already know he tweeted out, "So it begins," right? Has he tweeted anything else out? Oh, he's gotten weirdly silent. Grandpa's weirdly silent on Truth Social. But he also was talking about Republicans terminate the filibuster, get back to passing legislation and voter reform. President DJT. Pass voter reform, voter ID, no mail-in ballots, save our Supreme Court from packing, no two-state addition, etc. Terminate the filibuster. Like, I feel like it's that scene from Spaceballs where, like, Dark Helmet Man is just telling everyone to do something. He's like, fire everything. Fire everything we've got. Yeah, every single county in Virginia shifted blue in this past election. Like, keep in mind, what Donald Trump is doing here is panicking and saying out loud that Republicans literally can't win unless they end fair elections. Live from the Cuomo HQ. Oh my god. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs.
I said across her nose, not up it. Keep firing assholes.
God. Folks, this is what winning feels like. And if you think you are impressed by this tonight, start getting ready. Start doing your volunteering. Start showing up at your meetings. Start, like, volunteering for campaigns. Because, folks, this is a pale shadow of what 2026 is going to be. 2026 is when we throw down for real all across this country. And y'all, we need to show up. And I know that there are a lot of people out there who are saying, like, oh, but what if Trump makes it hard to vote? What if Trump does X, Y, Z? We can't fucking care. You gotta show up anyway. You gotta figure out a way. Make it so. Work together with other people in your community to make it so. Requires all of us to work together. You feel the momentum shifting? No, I feel the momentum shifting. But yes, I do feel the momentum shifting. In other words, we got to fight back. Yeah, you have to fight back. You have to organize in your communities. When I say fight back, I mean go to your fucking organizing meetings.
I'm celebrating with mushrooms that you can get delivered in NYC. Fun colors and realizations to all.
Hell yeah! Let's go, Sake Tanuki! We can't stop. We should never stop. Exactly, Ashley. Fuck. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs.
This is a huge win, chat, but remember tomorrow we go back to the work. Fascism is not defeated in one election but by our continued efforts. Celebrate now and then go back to the work with joy.
Indeed, Simric. Let this moment fuel you. Let this radicalize you to go out and actually, like, join with others in your community to, push ICE out. To, like, organize locally to make sure your school board isn't taken over in the midterms. To organize to make sure that, like, you can keep your community safe. And actually, like, volunteer for elections. It is so important because just as 104,000 volunteers showed in this election, people power trumps money power. You can have all the billionaires behind you want, but if you don't got people, doesn't mean shit. People are what win campaigns. So show the fuck up in your communities. We need to do it not just for ourselves, but because there is, in fact, a wider movement out there. Other people rely on us to step up. Each and every one of us needs to do our part. We won Virginia. We won Prop 50. We won New Jersey. We won New York City. We won most major metropolitan areas on the ballot tonight.
I enjoy the fact that the mayoral first couple is hot too. I know it's not the focal point, but it feels nice.
Can I say something bold yet brave? His entire family was hot. Like, his mom was hot, his dad was hot, they were all hot. It's just a hot family. Yeah, the only thing left is to see whether or not Minneapolis gets settled tonight in the second or third rounds. I really, really hope. I have no update on subsequent rounds of voting in Minneapolis. As an upstate New Yorker, good to see Mamdani. I'm going to be very interested to see how Chuck Schumer and other establishment Democrats start trying to navigate the aftermath of this, because just 2 days ago, Hakeem Jeffries was on talking about how Zoran Mamdani wasn't the future of the Democratic Party, which, like, I don't know if you guys saw that. I think that is horrific political instinct.
I can't wait for Schumer's conversation with Mamdani, featuring the Baileys.
Oh God. If Mamdani were to throw down the gauntlet to Chuck Schumer by, like, not talking to him during the interview, but talking to the Baileys, it would be very fucking funny. I know it won't happen, but it would be very funny. Zoran Mamdani recognized in Australian Parliament.
Votes are being counted, but we know what the result will be. And on behalf of the Australian Greens, I would like to congratulate Zoran Mamdani on his election as Mayor of New York City.
Let's go!
His campaign has been an inspiration to New Yorkers and progressive people around the world. Whether it's free buses, a rent freeze, universal free childcare and city-owned grocery stores, it's a vision shared by the Australian Greens. And it's a blueprint for every city where working families are being priced out of their own communities.
Fucking go!
When we tax wealth and invest in people, everyone benefits except the ultra-wealthy. But don't worry, they'll also be fine.
That's incorrect, though, because the ultra-wealthy also benefit. Because, one, the rest of society doesn't want to tear them apart. And two, they actually benefit from the further investment in, like, the general services of a town and city. You want clean streets? You gotta pay taxes for that. You want like cool parks? You gotta pay taxes for that. It costs money to do those things.
Oh God, I hadn't even thought about AI making really good editing seem suspect. That's horrifying.
Indeed.
Time we stopped calling these policies impossible, and it's time we started calling them inevitable. Votes are being counted.
Let's fucking go, Senator Shoebridge. What a name. But absolutely nailing it. We are in the inevitable era of history. Oh my God. I just can't shake the feeling that I just watched something that I've never seen anything like it. You know, when was the last time you can remember a speech that infused you with this amount of hope? You know, like this is a historical speech. Like, I think people are going to be quoting that in the history books. Like, I can think of like FDR speeches that I quite like, Abraham Lincoln speeches that I quite like, but like I can't recall any speech that hit me like that. Obama was also good, but like I guess it's hard in my head to disentangle him from like his failures on a policy level.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very
not finishing the
very long time.
All right, the software farted. All right, it's fine. I think it will become more impactful in the coming months once we see what once we see the changes. Yes, it will indeed. But like, this is going to change the course of every single campaign in this country. No campaign going forward is going to be able to escape comparisons to Zoran's run. Even, I have to imagine, even milquetoast libs that are watching this have some kind of inkling that out of political necessity, they need to shift to the left. Because this is wild. Cernovich is posting at insane rates. Oh, I'm sure like half these people are posting about how like they need to flee the country. Like the White House is posting stuff like this. Like, all right. Like, Kathy Hochul is already on board with Mamdani's policy proposals, largely because if she's been paying attention, she just saw her people get their ass kicked. One, she just saw her people get their ass kicked in a direct confrontation with Zoran. And number two, like, he's holding out a hand in friendship, which she's practically obligated to take. Because you see his crowds, you see this energy, she can't say no if she has grander ambitions, you know? Like, she wants to be reelected. She needs to make a deal with this guy. He's the most powerful politician in the state now. Why is there basketball? Who can fathom the mind of this man?
Good fucking riddance.
Hell yeah. Also, I meant to bring it up earlier. Do I have it somewhere? Here it is. Yeah! Our boy Brad Lander in the crowd. Good fucking riddance shirt in the Zoran font. Dude's so fucking funny. Also, he's launched his Senate bid. If anyone is curious about that. Or, sorry, I don't think he's officially, like, launched it, but he's making a challenge to Goldman. Let's go! Yeah, Chad Lander over here, exactly. Oh, also, I showed it briefly during the speech, but the New Yorker has a great cover. Look at our boy. That's our guy. Let's go. Just with all kinds of different people. I love it. I love it so much. I might actually have to buy a print copy of that. Gavin Newsom's giving a Prop 50 speech? Okay.
The people of this. For everybody, not just the Democratic Party. But what a night for the Democratic Party.
Also, I bet this man is furious that Mamdani won as well.
A party that is in its ascendancy. A party that's on its toes, no longer on its heels.
The DFL took the Senate? Fuck yeah,
coast,
Joel!
Sea to shining sea. But it was not just a victory tonight for the Democratic Party. It was a victory for the United States of America, for the people of this country and the principles that our founding fathers lived and died for. And so we're proud. We're proud here in California to be part of this narrative this evening. We're proud of the work that the people of the state of California did tonight to send a powerful message to an historic president. Donald Trump is an historic president. He is the most historically unpopular president in modern history. In every critical category, Donald Trump is underwater. He promised to make us healthier. He promised to make us wealthier. We're sicker and poorer. And he fundamentally understands that. Why else would he call Greg Abbott saying he's entitled to 5 seats? Why else is he trying to rig the midterm elections before one single vote is even cast? He understands his position at this moment in the United States of America. One thing he never counted on, though, was the state of California. Instead of agonizing over the state of our nation, we organized in an unprecedented way in a 90-day sprint. People from all over the United States of America contributed their voices and their support for this initiative. We stood tall and we stood firm in response to Donald Trump's recklessness. And tonight, after poking the bear, this bear roared with an unprecedented turnout in a special election with an extraordinary result. None of us, however, are naive. This is a pattern. This is a practice. Donald Trump's efforts to rig the midterm election continue to this day. And I'll reinforce that in just a moment. You're seeing him take action all across this country, not just in Texas. You saw what they were successfully able to do in Missouri, what they did in North Carolina, what they're trying to do in Indiana, and inevitably in Florida. They are not screwing around. In June of this year, we saw 4,000 National Guard federalized in the state of California. We saw 700 active duty Marines not sent overseas, but sent to the second largest city in the United States of America to militarize our streets. We said in June this was a preview of things to come. What more evidence do you need than what happened in Washington, D.C., what's happening up in Portland, cities like Chicago? When we kicked off this campaign just 90 or so days ago in Little Tokyo, in Southern California, in LA, at the Democracy Center, Donald Trump sent Greg Bovino. He sent his private police force that increasingly appears to have taken an oath of office to Donald Trump, not to the Constitution of the United States. He sent them to our kickoff rally to chill free expression, to chill free speech, to intimidate people from participating.
This isn't as good as Mamdani. Yeah, look. If Mamdani were running for president, he'd be crushing Andrew Cuomo right now.
Just today, in Los Angeles, Donald Trump called up the Border Patrol, sent them to Dodger Stadium, and threw a fastball at free speech, right at the head, free expression, to suppress the vote in America's second largest city. Just did that today. People in tactical gears sent out to intimidate a community that is already on edge. But you see, as we speak, people are still in line.
Bloomberg spent 13.3 M against Mamdani. I'll be taxed more soon, and I couldn't be happier.
Hell yeah. Like, again, so much money was spent on getting Mamdani out of this. So much money was allied against him. And like, we overcame it with people power, folks. This is like, I don't know, when I've been talking about this for so long, and seeing this happen on this scale, it's one of the most incredible experiences that I've had, you know? Like, this is incredible. And Sake Tanuki, Thank you so fucking much for the 20 tier 1 subs. I am just absolutely I'm having trouble like formulating words. Like I want to tear up about it all over again.
People waiting up 3.
Yeah, it demonstrates everything I've been talking about, everything I've been urging you guys to do, everything that I talk about on a daily basis here. That campaign put into practice. And like seeing it work, it's incredible. All my phone banking I've done feels so good right now. Hell yeah, K-Fox. Hell yes.
Hours.
Newsom, by the way, handed an incredible opportunity to address the nation here and absolutely beefing it.
To cast their vote, to send a message to Donald Trump. No crowns, no thrones, no kings. That's what this victory
I also
represents.
found one of my new
is a
favorite
victory
bars because
for the
of
people
a watch party.
of the state of.
Oh, hell yeah. Here's to discovering new bars. It's so much fun to just like discover things in New York. Hell yeah.
California and the United States of America. And this is a victory that's punctuated with a
Prop
sober
51
reminder
too? Yep.
that it's not.
Oh, guys, if you are just tuning in, let me tell you, we won every damn thing. We won basically every single race. There are a handful of like state level, like state, congressional bodies that didn't pull it off, like the rural parts of Minnesota still elected conservative folks. But even in that, like on the local level here in Minnesota, the DFL maintained the majority. The Democrats won. Like we maintained control of the Senate in Minnesota. In Pennsylvania, like Democrats retain control over the state Supreme Court. In New York City, we have our first Muslim socialist in office. And in Georgia, we managed to win statewide elections for a number of different offices. Like, this is not only happening in New York City, it is happening in every corner of this country. And that is why wherever you live, it is worthwhile to start organizing now. To start organizing now in your local area, because I guarantee you there is more support out there than you realize. Join your local DSA, join your local Dems, and get to fucking work. Okay? If you need help doing either of those things, ! Discord in any of the chats. Reach out to GamerG for help with DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with the Dems. Get out there, folks. Because we can, in fact, win this shit.
Not just the actions that Donald Trump has taken to federalize our guard, to begin the process of militarizing American cities, to intimidate free expression and speech by utilizing ICE and Border Patrol in American cities. But he also announced today, right when polls were opening, that this election was rigged. That this election was rigged. Of course, those are familiar words. It's exactly what Donald Trump said after January 6th, that day of love, where he tried to light democracy on fire. He tried to wreck this country, and he called in to the Secretary of State in Georgia, calling up for 11,000, 12,000 votes, just like he called Greg Abbott, saying he's entitled to those 5 seats. He said this election was rigged, and he's moving to look for criminal prosecution and investigations at the Department of Justice.
I also just want to point out here that already, like, more center-leaning publications, more lib-brained publications like Talking Points Memo, editor-in-chief Josh Marshall here writing an editor's note, or an editor's blog, rather. DC conventional wisdom goes down in defeat in state after state. Because, guys, I want to be very clear here. This wasn't just a defeat of Andrew Cuomo. This wasn't just a repudiation of Donald Trump. This was a repudiation of the mainstream, centrist coalition of your Chuck Schumers, your Hakeem Jeffries. It was a repudiation of their politics, the politics of sticking your head in the sand and avoiding the reality around you. Like, this is a defeat, and they are feeling it. They're feeling it. And there's no way that in Democratic strategy rooms across the country, these center of the road, limp-wristed, Democrats are asking themselves, what do they do? How do you reposition around this? This was a defeat of establishment politics writ large, and it was a defeat of, in a lot of ways, neoliberalism, though, not every race was about neoliberal policy per se. But this is a sea change. This is a shift, profound shift in the American body politic and American political prospect. And I'm so glad I got to see it happen with you all. This Christmas is going to be wild. My MAGA brother is going to be livid the whole time, and my mom's had it to the point where if he goes off one more time, she's cutting him out of her will.
To all the gods
Holy
that
shit.
This means no one ever has to hear from middle-of-the-road idiots like James Carville ever again.
God, may we never have to hear the name James Carville. That man has been talking as if he knows about politics for the last 50 years, and he hasn't won any races. I genuinely feel like people bring him on to get politics wrong as a joke. I am waiting for the inevitable New York Post story about Andrew Cuomo moving to Florida and trying to start up a political career there. Okay, I know it's coming, and I am here for it. One of my favorite insults of all time, James Carville looks like a Muppet who is washed and dried on hot. Holy fuck. Oh my god. That is an incredible insult, Paladin. I'm so full of hope right now.
Holy hell, Prop 50 turnout projected at 10.8 mil. 2022 Gov race was 10.9 mil.
Open sweater is hot. What a night. We won. We fucking won! We did it! How is the Minnesota race doing? It's still, they're gonna have to spend more time counting. So the Minnesota race is not done, but we might not know who wins until late tonight or tomorrow even. It was that close? Well, it's not that it's necessarily close, but in Minneapolis they use ranked choice voting. So the ranked choice is predicated on getting 50% plus one of the vote.
BWA.
Periwinkle, thank you for the 3 tier 1 subs. Let's go. So they have to retally for round 2, which means eliminating folks that didn't do as well and reallocating those votes to their second choices. I'm finishing my bottle of Hibiki. Tonight's worth it. Fuck yeah, it is. Link for the article about the defeat of Common Wisdom. Here you go, Bragwin. Talking points memo. Anyway, I don't have enough DMs asking how to get involved in DSA. Chat, get on that shit. 1,000 more Zorons can be made. Folks, I'm look, before you guys enjoy more of stream, you all have to click the button to join the Discord and then reach out to Christina/GamerG. Reach out to GamerG, all right? And get involved with your DSA. Start asking how you can be part of building up this movement outside of New York City. What a fucking good day.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube and Swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat Jack.